Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Wow, look at that. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is kind of the best card that we could hope to get in a reading, right? Let's put that into some context. Oh, and the Princess of Pentacles. Yeah, this is gonna be a pretty good time for you, I think. A lot of great earth energy. I think this opportunity is coming. Wow, look at all this earth energy. Got an ace here, we've got the princess, we've got a 10, we've got the beginning and the end of a really, really great project, some really great earth energy. Something is manifesting for you. I think it's going to really blow your mind, to be honest. But first, before we blow your mind, let's do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to use the Smith-Waite Tarot. And this is one little card that we select at random. We'll put the frog right on top, and we'll just leave them over there. It's kind of like his or her lily pad there. And we're not going to look at that card until the end, because hopefully it'll tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need. All right. So now let's look at this. Now let's prepare to have our minds blown. We've got earth, 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 and earth. We have a little bit of air, a little bit of water. We've got a little bit of fire, and we've got this major arcana. This is the Magician. This is showing that you are in a position right now. Your environment is filled with everything that you need to build this. Whatever this is intense. I don't even know what this is going to be. This is 10 of Pentacles. This is your best life. This is the picture of your best life. This is you as a wealthy person. Not just financially. When I say wealth, I don't mean just money, right? Money, I think, is one of the lowest ways that we could be wealthy. You're wealthy with your friends, your family, your spirit, your soul, your connection to God, Goddess, deity, your compassion, your kindness, the energy that you have around you, the creativity that you're full of. How are you a wealthy person? What does wealth mean to you? And I really want to know. I think we should all express that in our lives. Express it right now. Leave some comments. Or just express it out loud to yourself. Write it in a journal. Draw a picture of it. Because this is the picture of your best life. And we've got everything we need right now to build our best life. This is intense. We've got the Queen and the Prince and the Knight of Pentacles. We have an Ace of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. You're starting on this path. Maybe the 10 of Pentacles here is saying, look, first things first, let's figure out what we want. Right? Let's understand what this picture is. Let's draw it. Get out a sheet of paper, pencil, make some stick figures, whatever. Make a little house with a chimney like I do. I'm not very good at drawing. Mine's stick figures, and I like to make a chimney on every house. I also do trees pretty easy. What was I saying now? Oh yeah, best life. What does that look like? What does wealth look like to you? Let's figure it out right now. Because the reading here, this message is saying, look, you got to know what it is, because right now everything is in place for you to build it, for you to get it for you to achieve it, for you to begin. This is kind of saying we have to take the first step. We have to know what we want, because everything is here. Even this magician in the environment. This is like you're able to take every resource, every raw material around you right now. Everything you need is right there next to you. We just need to know how to take it and build this best life. And it's going to take the first step. This is us breaking ground on this. This is, if you're gonna open up a business or something, or you're building something, there's a lot of planning that goes into it. Everything, a lot of things have to come together before you can even break ground, right? And that's what we're doing here. This is really intense. I think we're going to be blown away by what comes next. This is intense enough. This is mind-blowing. But what is coming next is going to be even more unbelievable, right? So let's take a moment to figure out, what do we want? What does our best life look like, right? Let's paint this picture to ourselves, or in the community, in the comments, or just in your journal, or whatever. I think mine is having a small house somewhere in either a wooded place, right? Lots of trees and hills, or near the ocean. I don't think it's expensive to live near the ocean. Just in a forest, right, with some hills. A little bit of land, at least, so I can take my daughter on walks and hikes and stuff. My best life is being able to provide for my family, right? To give my daughter every opportunity that she might want, to encourage her in every interest that she might show, everything that she feels a passion for doing. I want to give her the opportunity to do that. I want to have my health. I want to cook food and share food, right? I'm sure there's a lot of other things, but you're not here to, listen to me talk about myself. Let's all do this. Let's all paint that picture, okay? This is good. This is good. And I almost don't want to let go of this card. This is the picture. But that's the point of this. We have to understand what we're doing, but we can't cling to this, right? Here's where things get a little bit sticky. We don't want to just hold on to this like it is the attainment. This is just the map. This is just the picture. This is the postcard from the future, right? We don't want to hold on to this too tightly, because you know what? As we go through these energies, maybe things will change. Maybe this picture that we've painted, maybe it's going to look a little bit different by the time we get here. We might have to go through some revisions, right? That's okay. Especially when we get to this Three of Wands. The more we get to know ourselves, the more our vision of our best perfect life can change. It's meant to change. It's not a static picture. This is a snapshot, a postcard from right now. But what it's going to look like in the end, beyond the table, beyond the rest of these cards, well, that's going to look a little bit different, and it's going to depend on a lot of things. Now, first thing it's going to depend on is this Two of Wands from the recent past. You got to take charge. You got to make the decision to do this, and I think we've already done that. You're here right now. We got all these Earth energy cards. I think you've already made the decision to work toward your best life, to figure out what it is and to manifest it, to break ground on it. So I think this is already there. And this may have been a significant moment for you in the recent past, few days, few weeks, where something happened and you made the decision right then and there, I'm going to do this. I'm going to build my life the way I want to. Right? This card's about taking control of what is yours. And that is your life, your soul, right? Your future. So I think we've done that, and I think this is really good fire energy. Great place to begin. This is the will to do this. This is you understanding that the authority is yours, the choice is yours and yours alone. Okay? So this is really good energy. And that was the beginning of everything, right? And now we've got this we're going to go to the Queen of Pentacles up here at the top. And the Queen of Pentacles is someone who is kind of grounded in the moment, right? We're grounded in this present work, let's say, of figuring out our best life. But as grounded as we are in the present moment, our mind is still elsewhere. Now this card is sitting down, right? So grounded, stable, we're here. But we're projecting our consciousness out into the distance now. Is that distance, that winding road that you see, I don't know if you can see that. Is that winding road the past or is it the future? Right? That's the big question. Because this is someone who can look at the past. Maybe it's both, honestly. This is someone looking at the past, thinking, I've come a long way. I've made a lot of decisions over the course of my life, and each and every one of those decisions, no matter how great or how small, has led me to be sitting right here, right now. And the most recent of which would probably be to click on this video and watch this tarot reading. But it's looking back at the two, right? The Two of Wands. All of these choices that you've ever made have brought you here right now. So it's important to do that. It's important to trace the thread of choices that has led to you manifesting your best life. Right? To understanding each one of these choices, billions of choices, trillions of choices. Each choice is one little drop of paint or color, one little line or sketch on the picture of our best life. And when we turn this card around and we start looking toward the future, we see how all of our future choices, and that brings us to the Ten of Swords, of course, all of our future choices are going to change how this picture looks. It's just more color, more shading. Maybe we're going to erase something and pencil in something else tentatively. So this card is understanding the past, but is also kind of mapping out a future. Looking ahead at the road ahead. It's a long and winding road into the future to get to our best life. Now, part of this long and winding road is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is the long and winding road. This might be us needing to erase a few things. Honestly, right? Ten of Swords, it's all about ruin, crumbling down, the destruction of plans or ideas. This is everything that we thought we wanted. Now we've got to go in and we're going to erase those things from the picture. It's okay to refine your drawings, right? It's okay to erase, to maybe pencil something in that we're not quite sure if we want to make it permanent yet. So we'll just pencil it in there. It's okay to erase. It's okay to narrow it down. It's okay to shed the frivolous things that we don't want anymore. It's okay to really strip it down to the bare essence, right? Maybe this picture of your best life, maybe this drawing is literally just one little dot of ink, right? Or one word, or one symbol. It's okay to simplify it for now. We could fill in the details as we go. Maybe this is just... My cat wants in on this. That startled me, honestly. Maybe this is just one little symbol, right? Maybe this is just saying, hey, right now my best life is just to be healthy, right? Or just, to get out of debt, or just to be with my family. And that's okay. Maybe we only have one little picture on here and the rest of the page is blank. That's okay. That's okay because we know that to simplify, to get back to basics is a great way to begin. So I think this is our next step. We've drawn this picture, and if you found that your picture is pretty complex, there's a lot of stuff going on, maybe look at it again. Start erasing a few things that you don't really need. Maybe let's get it back down to basics and just make it one or two things. It could still be a blank sheet of paper. Maybe you don't know, right? Maybe the simplest expression of our best life is just to be alive, just to be, right? Just to exist here. And we could fill in the details as we go. So let's try to simplify things. And it could be that's the starting point. It could be that we simplify things all the way down to an ace, right? We're going from the 10. Maybe we're trying to simplify. Maybe we're getting to the ace where it just says, hey, just my health, or just get out of debt, or just, my best life right now would just be to get a stable job, or to be with my family, whatever it might be, right? To have a relationship with God, Goddess, deity. Let's narrow it down. What is the one thing? If we were put on the spot and, in 3, 2, 1, answer. Don't think about it, just blurt it out, right? What is your best life? Well, family, right? Or health, or whatever, financial stability. Or anything, I don't know, whatever you want. We get back to that ace, that simplified intention, will. Then we can start building back up the picture and start shading in more, adding more stuff to it. And pretty soon we've got a working picture. This is the same. This card here really is the same as the 10. It's the earth of the earth. It's the 10 of Pentacles. It's the Princess of Pentacles. It's the same energy. But one is kind of the moving, flowing, the constant erasing and drawing of the energy, right? It's nature that's growing and decaying, and it's just regenerating. It's all in one infinite process. It's not just like something dies and then something grows. No, it's all happening at once. This might be the postcard from the future, but this is a living, breathing image, a living, breathing reality. Things are coming, things are going, things are growing, things are decaying. We're erasing, we're drawing, all at the same time. Okay. So this is kind of the ongoing process. It's not just a static exercise. This is more of just a kind of an exercise, like a thought experiment. This is really a living, breathing energy. Okay. Living, breathing energy. And this means a great deal to you. Here's the Knight of Cups. This is really the only water energy we have. It's down here at the bottom. And this is really, this is about your love and devotion. This is about your giving of self. This is you with a real desire, I think, to share your gifts, your talents, to share your spirit with the world, right? This is a gesture of offering. It's a gesture of receiving, perhaps, too, right? It's both. It's both giving and receiving. It's this gesture of connection, of compassion, of, really being involved in the living, breathing world. You feel such a direct connection with that. You want to be part of that. You want to offer yourself to it, and you want to receive from it. So I think this shows a depth to your character. This shows a real heart within you. I think it's a real kindness. I think you do have an underlying desire to give and to receive, right? And that this could be, we are talking about family, We do have a lot of court cards. 4 court cards total. It could be a group of people. It could indicate family. Whatever it might be, it brings us to a deeper knowledge of ourself. 3 of Wands. This is us as we go through the process in this living, breathing, world. This is us more accurately defining who we are. As we get closer to our core, as we get closer to spirit, to higher self, right? We start having these kind of higher mind experiences, these deeper communications with ourself, right? Our true self. We're learning and understanding more about who we are in this incarnation, right? We're purifying our lower vehicle, our, let's say our lower self. I don't like to say higher and lower. That's not really my parlance, but the personality, right, versus the spirit, the spirituality, right, the divine consciousness. So I think we're purifying our personality. We're understanding the boundary of it, right? We're able to more accurately define who we are, what we want. Though this is the refinement that we need. This is the knowledge of self that we need in order to continue being engaged in this picture and erasing and drawing and offering, giving, receiving, and to really do all of this that we've been talking about. We need to know ourselves, right? We need to forge a connection with our higher self, inner self, true self, whatever you want to say. God, goddess, deity, guardian angel, whatever. In order to fully understand what we're doing here. So if we don't, let's say, forge that connection and really understand ourselves in a deeper sense, this erasing and drawing is just going to be based on whim. It's just going to be based on what I feel like doing in the moment, what seems important to me right now, what I want, what I desire in this moment. We need to go deeper than that. We need to understand truly what our values are, right? Three of Wands is a lot about values, virtue, integrity, your character. What do you really want? It's the difference between your conscious desires, right? What I want right now in the moment, or what I think I want, and then what my heart tells me that I really truly want. Not just what I want to do, but what I feel that I need to do, what I should be doing, right? So there's a difference there between just the whimsy, we're erasing, we're drawing, whatever feels good in the moment, versus something deeper, something more compelling, something that connects, let's say, higher and lower vehicles, if you want to look at it that way. And that higher and lower connection is this Mercury energy. Mercury is the conduit between the divine personality, let's say, and our unique individual personality, between the higher and the lower. And it's with this connection, this open channel of communication with ourselves, that we can take advantage of everything in the environment, that we can utilize everything available to us right now, because what the magician realizes, what makes the magician a good magician, is the realization that everything I need is around me right now. Everything is here. I just have to see it, look for it. I have to notice it. And I have to understand how I'm supposed to use this. Everything in your life, everything that comes, everything that goes, everything that is existing right next to you, has a significance in your life, and it's up to us to figure out what that significance is. Right? It's almost as if higher self, or the self, true self, God, goddess, deity, guardian angel, has placed these things in our lives, right? Maybe even this horse, for a reason, has put that in our way for a reason. And that reason is for us to discern, for us to figure out how is this raw material, how is this point event part of my work, part of my world building? What significance does this have? What is the message of that little horse? And that, I think, is, well, it's interesting that now they're looking at each other. With the Knight of Discs. Now, this is us needing to see the vision, right? This is us getting the vantage point from the perspective of the higher self, right? Seeing the long term. This is the vision. This is similar to this, because this is someone who's, again, kind of anchored in the present moment, but looking at the past and looking at the future, seeing the connections and seeing the thread weaving through everything. But this now, the knight, is someone that has the spiritual vision, that can see now what is beyond just the winding road, but can transcend that cause and effect road, I guess, to see what the larger cosmic kind of picture is, the real spiritual vision, right? But interestingly, this card's in the position of what we don't want. And I think from the point of view of our personality, right, our lower selves, if you want to use that phrase, from the perspective of our lower selves, we don't want that higher vision. The ego, the lower self, the personality wants to believe that what I can see, what I know, what I think I know, is real and true, right? So that's why we need this card. We don't want it, but we need it. The lower personality needs the spiritual vision, needs to allow the magician energy to connect the higher and the lower, so that we can refine and purify the lower vehicles, so that we can receive this influence, that we can be illuminated, that we can be resurrected, so to speak, into the spiritual light. And I don't mean to get so metaphysical today. Wasn't my intention. But I feel like the distinction needs to be made, because when we talk about best life, is this just whatever you kind of fancy at the moment? Or is this something that's, coming from a deeper place, a higher place? Is it more refined? Is there a larger picture here? And I think the distinction needs to be made between that. I think that has to do a lot with the knight. Having that vision of the future, not just what I desire right now, right? What my personality wants right at this moment, but more long-term, more macrocosmically, I guess, more bigger picture. So this is what we need, and I think that when we can align the lower and the higher, that's when we really are going to feel this kind of magic. Right? And this is the magic that we need to create our best life, to create that 10 of Pentacles. We need to be this magician. We need to have a clear channel between higher and lower. And then we can start breaking ground. Now we can get to this ace. And this is the first step. Not a lot needs to be said about this card. This card is going to manifest in different ways for all of you. Each of you are going to have a different kind of first step. How do we break ground? What is the first thing that we're going to do? I'm reminded of the episode in The Office where Robert California asks, I can't remember her name, the receptionist, not Pam, but the new one, tell me about your day. And she says, well, I woke up. And he says, don't ever start your explanation that way. People have been waking up since the dawn of humanity. So it's pointless to say, that's my first step. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get out of bed. Yeah, sure. Put my shoes on. Yeah, okay. Something more significant than that, right? Because this is a big moment. This isn't something frivolous. Well, I'm maybe going to have a cup of coffee. That'll be my first step. It's usually my first step. But that doesn't really need to be said. That's not what this is. Right? This is the breaking of the ground. This is the first step in a particular direction. If every morning I wake up and have a cup of coffee, well, it's pretty much the same throughout the days, right? It's my first step in a particular direction, not in a general way, right? So that there's something very significant here. And I'm very curious what you all are doing and what you all have in mind. This is such an intense thing. I really do love this. Let's look at the mystery card before this video goes too long. Thank you, Frog, for your help here. I don't even know what I'm expecting here. I think we have literally everything we need. Maybe some water energy would be good. I would like to see, maybe just some water here would be quite nice. An Empress, I think, would be over the top. Well, we've got a Queen of Wands, so that's water and fire, which I think is good. I think that we are, and we kind of have a water and fire thing here too, right? So I think now that this is really, and looking at both of these cards, we have the Queen of Wands, we have water, fire, and here with the Knight of Cups, we have fire of water. So these two cards are kind of inside out, right? Maybe one is giving and receiving, and one is, being the kind of source of stability and love and joy and creativity. And this is the extension of it, right? So this to me is really very complementary energy. And I think this really does show that you want to be not just someone who interacts in life and gives and receives and has connections. You want to be the source of that for other people. You want to be, in some way, an inspiration to others, right? You want to empower other people, perhaps, You want to give something, you want to give people the experience of giving and receiving, of this kind of kindness, compassion, connection. You want to be the inspiration for that, So it's one thing to just be the extension of that, right? Be the function of that, but you want to be like the source of that too. Does that make sense? I kind of feel like a motivational quality or an inspirational quality about you. Something that's going to be not an authority, but almost an example to other people. You want to be engaged in it, but you also want to be, maybe like a radiant example of this kind of love and connection in your life. So maybe this has to do, maybe this is something that is resonating with you in terms of what the picture of your best life is, maybe in a very simplified way. Maybe this is resonating in some way for you, okay? We are going to do an extended. If you would like to stick around, just click up here. That'll give you access to every extended reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't yet. All right, we're almost at 100K. I don't want to jinx it. We're almost there, and I appreciate you. All right, thanks for letting me read for you. And thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.